Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Tuesday, April 26th. It is 6:21 right now. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, then we'll get started with our session for the day. It's good. A couple other things right here to set up. All right. Cool. Looks like we're good to go. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, the room is now live. All right. Hey guys, morning everybody. Today is Tuesday, April 26th. It is 6:23 right now. Market's going to open in about 7 minutes. So I'll give it a few minutes for people to make their way in, and then we'll get started with our with their session for the day. Let's see. All right, looks good. Morning, Seren. Morning, Dell. Morning, Solo. Morning, Peter. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Jennifer. Morning, Maria. Let's see who else is here. Morning, Marco. Morning, David. Morning, Scotty. Morning, Marlon. Morning, Alexander. Morning, Swelly. Morning, everybody. All right, guys, it's 6:24 right now. Market's going to open in about 6 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and mark up the liquidity real quick. There's no entries here off the 10. So there's nothing for us to look at or take at the moment. Our bias right now is a sell, same as yesterday. So I'm not looking for any buys today. I'll go over and take a look at that shortly, but I will mark up some things here to start off our analysis. So just make sure everything here is clean. That's good. So the problem here is that there's a lot of liquidity on the top side. So we might have a sell bias, but initially we might get a push to the upside in order for price to knock out this liquidity. Before it starts to continue its drop. So we'll try to see how that goes, but it's going to be a tough push right here because we only have like one level of liquidity on the other end. So I think that's it for right now. Right there. But yeah, as you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity right here, all over the top end. See who else is here. Good morning, Andreas. Morning, Mauricio. Good morning, Jez. Good morning, everybody. All right, 6:25 right now. We got about 5 minutes till market open. I'm going to go ahead and mark up the liquidity here as well on the clean chart. So one level right there. Yeah, there's a lot of liquidity right here on the top end. So my guess is that if it does push up a little bit, we might get like we might get something like some manipulation to the upside and then a push right back down. That's kind of what I see possibly happening here. But yeah, who knows? We'll just see where it pushes from here. But let me go ahead and turn this off right here. Looks good. Momentum right here as well. Yeah, this right here is going to be the clean chart. check the news real quick to see if there's any news for us to look out for. All right, Tuesday, April 26th, there's news at 7, and there was news at 6. There's news at 5:30, 6, and then 7. Okay, so we had, just gonna mark that up over here real quick. There was news at 5:30, it's right there. News at 5:30, 6 o'clock, which was there. And then we have news coming up at 7 as well. $5:30, 6. And then we got another news event coming up over here at 7 o'clock. I think that's it, right? Yeah, 5:36 and 7. So I'm gonna mark that up over here as well. 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then we have one news event coming up at 7 over here. All right, cool. Market's gonna open in about 2 minutes, guys. So let's see who else is here. 19 said Sway looking locked in. Let's see who else is here. I don't have my camera on. I can't see everyone else, but it looks like everyone's ready to go. Morning, Steven. Yeah, JJ, we're looking for sells today. The buys is short. Morning, Nick. Yeah, Nick's probably gonna go for 100 pips. That's a good idea, especially if there's uncertainty in the market. Morning, David. Morning, JJ. Morning, 19. Morning, Professor. Morning, Purity. Morning, Fahad. Morning, Miles. Morning, Maddie. Morning, everybody. All right, guys. So market's going to open in about a minute, guys. I'll just show you guys the buys real quick. Looking over here at the retail sentiment, it's currently 56% long. So we're possibly looking for shorts here. It's not a very strong bias, but we are looking for shorts. Also looking over here at the fundamentals. Fundamentals are currently down 222 points. So the market's going to open in about 40 seconds. This is the 1 minute chart right here. We currently have a sell momentum. We have a pending buy momentum right here. So if the signal right here closes, then for the breakout, we're possibly going to look for a strong green candle. If it doesn't close and it stays with a sell momentum, then we're going to be looking for a strong red candle, right? So that's basically what we're looking for at this point. I'll put the requirements here for the strategy. If we do get a buy, I'm probably not going to take it, just FYI, guys, because the bias here is for a sell. So what we might get is we might get a fake out to the upside, and then price might be coming right back down. So for me, I don't want to get caught in that little fake out to the upside. I only want to take it if it is in the direction of the bias. So the market is now open, guys. We're technically looking for a strong red candle. However, if this does close as a strong green candle with a buy signal, then this would technically be the breakout for a buy. One thing that you're not looking at, though, is the second confirmation here, right? The second requirement is that we need to confirm the bias. If you're not confirming the bias, looking for a sell, then it's technically not an official entry. So I'll be looking here for a strong red candle. This candle's got about 20 seconds left on it. The problem with this candle right here is that if it closes too big, I'm probably going to wait for a retracement, right? Because I don't want to get caught in the retracement and then end up in some drawdown, even though I do think it's going to come down. So I'm going to wait for it a bit. Yeah, and just a reminder, today is Trap Tuesday, and it's right at the sessions right here. So the sessions is right here. If this closes, I'm probably not going to take it. Probably wait for it to close. So this is the breakout right here, guys. This is the breakout. It's very risky, though, because it's right next to the sessions. So I'm not going to be taking this right here. It's in a tough spot right here because it's like literally right at the sessions. And there goes a retracement that I was just discussing. Wait for the retracement. Generally, when the candle is really big like this and there's no big prior candle, it retraces either a little bit, halfway, or the full candle before coming back down. So this is a very risky entry to take here because it's right at the, yeah, I was going to go for 100 pips, but it's right at the session. So no, I'm not going to take it. I'm going to have to be patient here and just wait because it's right below the sessions. I'm going to see if I can maybe catch it below if it closes below the sessions. maybe catch it for 100 pips or so. Let's see. See if we can maybe catch it for 100 pips down there. It's right at the sessions though, so I gotta wait for it to close below, hopefully. Yeah, it didn't close below. So as you can see right there, it's rejecting back up right now. Trying to see where is this gonna go to. See how far will it push up to right here. All right, so good thing I didn't take the trade right there because that would have been a horrible entry. As I mentioned, the sessions right here is not a good area to be trading, guys. It's the worst, basically, to be trading. So hopefully you guys didn't enter the trade. I marked it up for you guys right there, and that's exactly why you guys wanted to avoid it. So this is why I don't take any trades near the sessions right here. I was waiting for it to close below. It never closed below. So there's no room for entry at that point. So there we go right there. So hopefully nobody took it. If you guys are listening to me, you guys knew exactly where the bounce was going to happen right there at these sessions. So I'm going to go and take this off right here. There's no official entry at that moment because it was right at the sessions. And the retracement was going to happen anyways. So other than that, let's see what else we got over here. Nice. Some of you guys did take the trade. Yeah, Maddie said the session should have been the TP for anyone who took it, which is 100% correct. All right, so other than that, let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. I think that's it for right now. All right. Rick said, yeah, thank God for Zoom. Yeah, I try to warn you guys as much as possible. A lot of times you guys don't listen though. I never take trades right here at the sessions. Sessions, news price, opening price. I'm going to mark up opening price as well over here. So opening price is right there. All right, so let's see where price goes. As I mentioned, we might get a manipulation push to the upside. Overall bias is going to be a sell, just like we discussed earlier. But you're still going to run into possible, because there's a lot of liquidity on top right here. So what might happen is price might be manipulated to the upside. Hit liquidity, and then make its way right back down. But it doesn't need to come all the way up here. You guys can see where price is rejecting from right here, really close to the news price right here at the 6 o'clock news price. And you can see price is now coming right back down. So let me see what else I'm missing over here real quick. No entries over here. Take a look at the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are all red. Refresh the heat map. Heat map right here is all red as well. So definitely looking for sells, guys. It's just a matter of time until we get those sell entries that do come up. But there isn't anything available right now. 19's asking where was the breakout. Breakout was at that red candle right there. So the first strong red candle on open, which is the opening candle right here. But we wouldn't have taken it because it was right at the sessions. The TP would have ran right through it. So it wouldn't even make it halfway before getting to the sessions right here. It's only about 18 points, which is 180 pips. The TP would have been 500 pips. So this is just not an entry that we would have taken. It's right at the sessions. Other than that, let me see what else I'm looking at over here. I think that's it right now. All right, you can see where price is rejecting off right now. It's rejecting off the news price over here. One of two things will happen. Price will either break above and continue pushing up higher, or it'll bounce off and come right back down. Two different scenarios right here that can play out. It's just going to be a matter of identifying where the price will go. So let me just go over here real quick, check CNBC, make sure there's any updates here. It's just about being patient right now, guys. So I'm not really looking to enter anything at the moment. You really got to wait for it to come back down because price is still pushing up. I'm looking for any news here that can possibly be pushing price one way or the other. If there may be a reversal back to the upside, there might be, there might not. Who knows? We do have earnings this week, so just update to the war over here. So Germany announced its first heavy weapons delivery to Ukraine. Looks like a lot of the other European countries are now joining Ukraine in the war against Russia. No difference there. It's pretty much the same thing. I don't see any other updates here really to affect the market. Fundamentals are still pretty down. Heat map is still pretty red, it looks like. Let's see. Yep, pretty red. So the overall bias here is still going to be a sell, guys. So I'm not looking for any buys right now. Retail sentiment is currently 56% long, still about the same, hasn't changed too much. And there we go. So you guys can see right here, price reached the news price right here, and then it bounced right off. So whenever price reaches these points, these horizontal lines that I've drawn on the chart, it creates a scenario, right? A scenario where price will either break above and continue pushing up higher or bounce off and come right back down. That's kind of what I've identified here because price did reach the news price right here. Maybe it'll come back to open and then continue dropping, but who knows? That might not happen yet, or it could happen. It's just a matter of waiting for the market to really give you that confirmation that price is going to go in that direction or not. But you can see right here, it is coming back down. So it did play out perfectly. Came up, bounced off the news price, and it's making its way right back down, possibly to opening price right there. So see. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's gonna be a matter of just waiting for an actual entry though, because we don't have any entries to take right now. Let me see if there's anything else for me to look at here. No, I don't really see anything here right now. Trying to see if I can find anything, but let's see. But you guys can see right here where price keeps bouncing off, right? I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing this right here. Price keeps coming up, test the news price. This is why these price points are important. So I always draw these horizontal lines here to see where price will reject from, and it's rejecting right off them directly. So price came up, tested, rejected. Price came up again, tested, rejected. Now it comes back down. This doesn't necessarily mean like, hey, take a sell and write it down, right? It's just indicating that, you know, you shouldn't be trading around this area and you shouldn't be trading around this area either. Because when price reaches this point right here, opening price, the same thing will happen. Price will come down to there. And then when it does come down to that point, it'll either bounce off it or it'll break below and continue dropping further, right? It's the same thing. It's just different scenarios at different price points. So just keep that in mind, guys, because I know a lot of you guys want to gamble here and take trades that bounce directly off the these news price and opening price, but that's not the way to go. Like you really have to be patient, wait for an actual entry. Look for an actual strategy that applies for a sell, and make sure that it's not anywhere near any of these points. But you can see exactly where price went to. Here we are at opening price. Yeah, this is a 1 minute pivot entry, but it's at opening price, so I wouldn't take it. Henry's asking, how do you set a sell stop below opening price? I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Henry, you could right click on your MT4 and then set up the sell stop. You can set up a pending order at a specific price point. You can, I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it. I think your best resource would be YouTube, just YouTube how to set up a sell stop. There's a ton of videos on there to show you, but the easiest way to do it is probably to, the easiest way to do it is to just right click on your chart and set up the sell stop that way. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Yeah, Rami said, I think it's going to run a bit before it stops all the longs out. Yeah, no, I could see that too. Scrolling down. Stanley said, you put stop loss points in DOM or do you use a price number? You use your pip distance, Stanley. So if you're going for 200 pips, you got to put 2000 because technically it's 200.0. You just can't put a dot there. So you just add an extra zero to it. This is only for FTMO though. So if you're using a different broker, you probably want to ask someone that's using that broker. I only use FTMO on my MT4. So that's what I put, but I don't know exactly what other people put. Other than that, here we go. Price drops below here. And then price does the same thing, right? So every time price reaches these horizontal lines that I've drawn on the chart, this is the sessions right here. This is the London high. Price came down, bounced right off it, right? One of two scenarios will play out. Price will bounce off it or price will break below and continue dropping. Right here, you can see price is bouncing off it just like it did over here. So I'm avoiding any trades within these areas. If price does drop below, then I'll take some trades down here, but I'm not really looking to trade around this area, this area, you know, et cetera. These are just not good areas to trade at because you can get caught in price manipulation. Because the thing is, if you enter a sell right here, price can easily bounce up, and then vice versa. If you enter a buy right here, price can easily break below. Last thing you want to do is be gambling during you know, risky market conditions like this. You want to take a trade when you're like absolutely sure of the direction, which we're not sure of right now. See if there's anything else here that I'm missing. I don't think so. All right, question from Josh. Josh is asking, Sean, when you're marking up opening price, are you doing it at the beginning of the candle or the close? It's at the beginning, Josh, because that's where price actually opens from. So like if price comes down, this is where, you know, it actually opens from. Or if price goes up, that's where it would actually open from too. If it becomes a green candle. So it'd be from the beginning of the candle where it exactly opens from. Nice. Maddie said there was a 10-minute snipe that was available. Probably talking about this right here, huh, Maddie? Oops. So let me turn on the session, or yeah, there was one right there. Nice. Yeah, I think one thing that I have to keep an eye out for, the 10-minute is got to be like one of my favorite time frames. I'm gonna keep an eye out for these snipes and for the V3s. I think those are the two strategies that almost never lose for me on the 10-minute. But you got to trade in the direction of the buy. So just keep that in mind, guys. You can't take every single entry. You know, I'm trading the direction of the buy. So if you took that snipe right there, yeah, that for sure went straight to full TP with like probably no drawdown right there. So pretty solid. Nice work, Maddie. If you guys caught that. I'll keep the 10-minute up over here because I'm going to keep looking for entries. There's nothing here off the one. You can see that price keeps bouncing around these sessions over here. Again, price manipulation right there, right? The thing that you're looking for is for price to either bounce off it or for price to break below and continue dropping. As you can see right here, there was a bit of a fake out. Price closed below, but did not continue dropping. It just swung right back up. This is why I don't want to trade on this area, because a lot of people will wait for price to break and close below and take the sell, and then price just ends up faking out, coming right back up. So these areas right here with the lines going left to right are a no-go zone for me. Should be a no-go zone for you guys as well. So let me scroll down a little bit. Anton said 4-hour demand below. Good to know. Thanks, Anton. Yeah, Rami said these are some horrible price points. Sessions, open, and news. Exactly. That's why I'm just waiting for this right now. It's going to break away from these points at some point, right? Like the past couple of weeks, we've been like nowhere near the sessions. So it's been good for us. And there hasn't really been much news. So it's been a smooth ride for us. Today, though, is a different story. A lot of news, price, opening price, sessions. It's just a lot of areas where a lot of bad can happen. Let me scroll over here real quick. Stanley said I'm using points. So 10 points would be yeah, that's what it would be, Stanley. It'd be 1,000, which would be 100 pips. Nice, nice. Jennifer said, I took that snipe and almost passed my phase 2. LOL. Nice work, Jennifer. Yeah, no, solid profit off that. Leash is asking, wondering when you would know for sure a low or high has been established. Sometimes it looks like then the LL or so the high lows aren't established until like 5 candles Leash. So if you remember the high low strategy, that's like one of the requirements, right? Because you're looking for you're specifically using the high lows for here. So to confirm the previous swing highs and swing low, you want to make sure that 5 candles pass for it to be established, right? Like for example, right here, we have a high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The high has been established. This doesn't disappear anymore. Same with this one right here, right? There's a low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. It's been established. What you're referring to is like how it repaints, right? It repaints because the lower the high is established. That's how you would confirm it. You'd wait until it's like no longer being, it just stays there. It only repaints if price passes it. But in order to establish if a high is like really there, there's no hard line number, but 5 is like it's like the baseline, because if you have a high established and then there's like 5 candles and price hasn't broken it yet, then odds are that's probably the high. Same with the low, right? If you have a low here, price hasn't touched it in like 5 candles, it's probably going to be established as a low, because that's how the swings work, right? Price will swing up, a couple candles pass, swings down, a couple candles pass, swings up, vice versa. So you probably want to use about 5 or 6 candles as your baseline, but there's no specific number, especially during choppy markets like this. If the market's not choppy, then it's easier to see. But when the market is choppy, you're going to get a lot of back and forth movement, because those highs are going to keep getting broken, those lows are going to keep getting broken. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, Rami said the 10-minute hits, man. No, definitely. The 10-minute is definitely my all-time favorite time frame to take safer trades, right? Like if I trade during Asia, I'm only trading on the 10. I'm not using the lower time frames, which I rarely do. And if I'm trading even during New York or London, I'm using the 10-minute as my my guideline. So if I have an entry here on the 10, then I'll go on the 1 and I'll look for a smaller entry within that move, because the 10-minute is usually a bigger move here. So other than that, guys, there's still nothing to take right here. You can see price is still bouncing around the areas that we don't want to trade. It's bouncing right at opening price right here. Same situation, right? Price got to this point. One of 2 scenarios plays out. Price either continues pushing up, or it rejects off it, or fakes out and continues right back down. And that's exactly what happened here. So as you can see, a lot of people are getting screwed right here, right? I could already see a lot of people who are like, for example, right here, price drop below here. I'm sure a lot of people thought to take a sell at this point, right? If you didn't have this analysis here and didn't have me explaining why not to take the sell, I'm sure a lot of people took the sell right here and price shot up and stopped them out. Because if you took the sell right here, you'd be in some massive drawdown, about 800 pips. And then again, right here, price swung back up. I'm sure people took buys right here if you guys didn't have these lines lined up on your chart. And if you guys took a buy right there, you'd be right back into some more massive drawdown for another 800 pips. So it's all about being patient and waiting for the right opportunity to enter the trade, guys. Right now, I still wouldn't enter it because this candle is breaking and closing past the sessions right here. I want price to be like somewhere far away from it, like down here, because you can still get faked out right here and price can still swing back up. So it's just a matter of waiting for the right opportunity to enter the trades, because right now there's no, the opportunity is not there. Jennifer said, I need 800 to pass. Should I stay and come back, or come back tomorrow? I think right now it's a bit risky, Jennifer. So I would be really selective with which trade you decide to take. Again, right here, see the fake out. So this is why I keep telling you guys to wait, because if you guys enter the sell right here, you'd be in some massive drawdown because price swung all the way back up. I feel like a lot of people are getting screwed right now in the market. Like a lot of people are losing, and I hate to say it, but I feel like a lot of people are probably getting their accounts blown, because I can see a lot of people over leveraging right now, trying to catch these little pushes, or not even the little pushes, but these breaks past these structures, but every time price breaks past it, it's a fake out, right? So like right here, fake out. If you took the buy right there, it came right back down. Again, right here, price broke below. It faked out again to the upside. Another fake out right here, and then another fake out right here. It did exactly what I just said was going to happen. These fake outs keep coming up right here. And don't use that as a reason to take a trade in the direction of the fake out, right? I could already see people thinking like, oh, if this keeps faking out, then I should just trade in that direction. You probably shouldn't, because those fake outs can stop at any moment. Like, for example, price can actually finally push past through here, or vice versa. If price comes below here, price can actually break through and continue dropping as well. So yeah, I'm not looking to take any trades right now. I haven't taken anything so far. I'm thinking about closing my MT4 because I'm getting tempted to take these trades here, but you know, these fake outs just keep popping up. So just gotta wait a bit. Like Stanley said, when I put 1,000, it makes stop loss about 600 pips away. It's TP. I don't think you're doing it right, Stanley, because you shouldn't do that. If you put 1,000, it's only supposed to put it like 100 pips away. I don't think it's, unless you have the number wrong. You might be putting the numbers wrong on the wrong side. So I'm not sure if you're doing it incorrectly. I don't know if you want to send a screenshot, but I've never had anyone have that issue before, where they put 1,000 in the box and then it makes it, that's a huge difference. You have like, you have your stop loss 600 pips away and then your TP's at 1,500. That's a huge discrepancy between price. So I think you might be doing it wrong. See if there's anything else. Yeah, no problem, Leash. Swelly's asking, what's up, Sean? 3,000 is 30 points on DOM, and 1 is 100 a point, right? No. So those are wrong too, Swelly. I think, didn't we talk about this? Your first part's right. So 3,000 does equal 30 points, but a standard lot doesn't equal 100 a point. I mean, it depends on your broker. If you're using something like Hugo's Way, then yeah, but you wouldn't be using that lot size on it on the Hugo's Way. If you're using FTMO, a 1 lot is equal to I think it's $1 a lot. So let's see, I use a 10 lot on FTMO. It's $10. Yeah, it's $1 a pip on FTMO. Because I'm using a 10 lot. If I go for 100 pips, that's 1,000 profit. If you're using a 1 lot, it's $1 a pip, right? Because you're gonna make 100 if you go for 100 pips. So I just want to make sure you guys aren't confusing that. I feel like a lot of you guys here are confused with like what a pip is worth, what lot size is worth each one. You know, if you guys have these questions, save this for later. Save this for the mentoring session, because I don't want to cut into this. It's like, it's just like a deeper topic to go into, and we're trading right now. We're not going over these basic questions. So Stanley, if you have this question, save it for the mentoring session later today. And Swelly, same with you too. If that didn't make sense, just save it for the mentoring session. We'll cover it there. If you guys have any actual trading questions, then yeah, I can cover that, because we're looking for entries here and there's nothing to take. But I'm not going to go over anything basic. Like, I'm not going to teach you guys how to use MT4. I'm not going to show you guys any of the basic stuff. There's YouTube for that if you guys are confused, or just wait for the mentoring session later on today. But if you guys have any strategy questions, yeah, I can answer that. So let me scroll down real quick and see what I'm missing. Steven's asking, did I reach goal? So if you went for half TP, Steven, then yeah, you would have reached the goal for the, or no, actually, we wouldn't have taken the breakout here, Steven. So if you want to go back and rewatch it, just watch the replay. But there was no entry here because it was right at the session. So the breakout happened right here. I mean, technically, yeah, you would have hit your half TP, because if you went for half, 250 pips, it would have hit it. But I wouldn't have taken it because it was right at the sessions right here. It's just too risky. Price again right here is back at the sessions. As you can see, 1 of 2 scenarios will play out. Price will either bounce off it, or it'll break below and continue dropping. I'm not going to look for any trades until price, comes down here. We do have news coming up at 7 right here in the next 4 minutes. So even if we do get an entry, I wouldn't be taking it because that is another red flag. So the areas that I don't trade at, guys, I'm not trading at news price, not trading at sessions, opening price, or news price right here. So news price, actual news. And the reason for not at actual news is because a new news price is going to come up there. So once price gets to this point at this red line, I'm going to draw another pink line across the chart to identify where news price is for that actual news release. Yeah, Jennifer said, true, I'm only taking a trade if it's perfect. Yeah. It's better for you to wait for those perfect entries. Sorry, I was blanking out. I'm looking at the chat. But yeah, Jennifer, I would probably just sit out today. If you like really don't need to trade today, I would just sit out or wait for something that's better. Like I wouldn't trade anywhere around these areas. You'd have to wait for it to actually come like way down here. But we do have news coming up again right here. So you're probably gonna see another big push in one direction or the other. Steven's asking about MFF. Yeah, guys, if you guys have any of those questions, just say it for the mentoring session. I'm not going to answer any more questions regarding lot size here on the live because we're looking for trades here. We can't get distracted with a lot of these basic questions here. If you guys have any questions for any specific broker, your best option is to or funding company. Your best option is to just ask them directly, right? Because they'll have the best answer for you. If you want to ask them, how much is each pip worth, then you just message them and they'll tell you. Because I only use FTMO, guys. So if you guys have any questions aside from FTMO, I can't really help you with anything else because I don't use those accounts on my main. I just have those as my copiers. So I don't know what the lot sizes are worth for every broker or every funding company. And I don't know what lot sizes you guys will need to be using because they use different lot sizes. FTMO uses mini and MFF uses micro lot sizing. So it's yeah, I just saw your message, Tody. Yeah, Tody said, come on, guys, how do you trade when you don't know the newbie questions? All right, so there's no entries available right now, guys. You can see right here. So I drew this right here where the two scenarios would play out. So as you can see, price kind of bounced off the sessions right here, and then it pushed up, right? So whenever price gets near these points, so again, right here, you can see price is getting near the opening price, this point, you're gonna get two scenarios here. It's always the two same scenarios. It's either price is gonna break above it and continue pushing, or it's gonna bounce off it and come right back down. So whenever you get close to these points right here, and I'm going to have these, whenever you guys go on the live, I'll always have these drawn up. And they're not too difficult to draw yourself. Like literally you just go to opening price, which was 630 right here. And then you just draw a line. That's going to indicate that, that this is opening price, and then vice versa. I color code them differently. Pink is going to be news. Blue is going to be opening price. The red one here that's stuck on the chart is going to be the sessions. You can see right here, it says London high. And then the purple one is going to be the Asia high low. And it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. Just the main thing to just remember is to when price gets near these horizontal lines, just don't trade around those points. It doesn't matter if you get an entry or not. These areas are where you see a lot of manipulation. And if you just scroll over here, you can kind of see too, like when price reaches this point or price reach this point, see where price kind of bounces from, comes down, bounces off, comes down, bounces off, then it breaks below. Get to this point, same thing happens. Get to this point, same things happens, etc. Again, right here, price is right at opening price, the blue line. There you go with that bounce. So just got to wait for something here. I know there's a V3 coming up right here. This was news price. I'm going to go ahead and mark it up right there. it just creates another area where you don't really want to trade because it's right in between news price and opening price. But this is technically a V3 that it is setting up right here. Not one that I would take because it's right at news price and opening price. Actually, no, V3, because this is, it might close as a green candle. But let me go over here real quick and just clean this up on the clean chart as well. So let me just fix this right here. We got, all right, 630 is there, and the news price right here. All right, so this is a clean chart. As you guys can see from here, price has not really had a direction, right? So this right here, 630 is where market opened from. You can see price pushed up and it came back down. Now it's pushing right back up. There's no real direction, right? Price is literally just ranging back and forth between, you know, this high and this low over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and update this real quick. All right, so yeah, looking at this right here, you guys can see, and I'll just clean this up a little bit again. There's like really no direction here. Price opened up right here, it came up, and then it came right back down. So this is the big range from open, market open right here at 630. This is the high, this is low. Now price is ranging within this tighter area right here. You know, we'll see where it goes from that point. Price is starting to push up a little bit. It's breaking above the opening price, and we'll see if it starts to push up higher or if it continues to move sideways. One thing that I want to look at is retail sentiment to see where it's currently sitting. It's currently right now at 58% long. So we're still looking for sells here. It's just price is temporarily pushing to the upside, but I think overall it will come right back down. Looking over here at the fundamentals, they're still down 230 points. Looking over here at the heat map, I'll refresh this real quick. The heat map is, it's kind of half now. Oh, well, Walmart here is turning, it's not even up 1 point. So it's still very red. Walmart here is up less than a point. Coke here is up less than a point. IBM, less than a point. Merck and Company, less than a point. Everything here is up like less than a point. So these can easily just come right back down. You know, this is probably just a temporary push to the upside and then, you know, drop back down. Everything else here is pretty down. Apple's down 2 points. Home Depot is currently slightly up. Microsoft currently down 3 points. Looking over here at the actual stock index. Yeah, a lot of these here are very red. So I do see it coming back down eventually. Maybe not now, but eventually it will come down. So just be patient and just wait for this to confirm, really. All right, so price is pushing up right here. You can see price is getting near the other news price right. I'm really waiting for it to get away from these areas of manipulation, basically away from all the news price, away from these sessions, away from any of these horizontal lines. If it pushes up here, great. You know, maybe we can look for some buys, and then vice versa. If price pushes down here, then great, we'll look for some sells. But currently right now, every time you, like if you were to enter any of these trades here, you'll get really close to one of these points where you can get caught in some pretty heavy drawdown. So right there again, price right at the news price. One of two things will typically happen here. Price will break above or it'll bounce below and come right back down. Or it can fake out. It might close above it, fake out, and then come right back down. Yeah, no, Maddie said he had a feeling it's going to be like this. Yeah, I know exactly, Maddie, for sure. I just saw your message, Jennifer. I know Jennifer's just trolling, but she's like, how do I install MT4? All right, so it looks like some of you guys here did take some trades off the breakout. So I'll just look over the profits. I haven't taken any trades myself, guys, so I don't have anything to share at the moment. But Tiana over here sent in her profit. Looks like she took part of the breakout right here, locking a total of 2,681. Nice work, Tiana. Looking over here at Kenny. Kenny also, yeah, he took the breakout right here as well. Looks like he locked in a total of 1,934. Nice work, Kenny. Again, right here, Kenny's second account locked in a total of 2,438. Nice work, Kenny. Here's Stanley's over here. I'll let the other guys help you with that, Stanley. If anything, we'll go over it later during the mentoring session later today. JJ over here locked in a total of 5,392 down. So a lot of you guys here are taking a lot of trades off the analysis. I mean, right here, you can see he took this trade at 630, 632. Looks like it was part of the breakout there. And then you took this one again as it dropped back below. So some of you guys are taking advantage of these bounces off the news price and whatnot. Scrolling down further, we got Dell over here. Dell locked in a total of 816 for the day. Nice work. He's been taking it the opposite way. So every time price bounces, looks like he rides it right back to the upside. So a lot of you guys are taking advantage of the bounces from these horizontal lines, which could be the news price, opening price, or the sessions. Not one that I would recommend unless you guys know what you're doing. There's ways to make money off these trades. It's just off these balances, it's just you actually knowing what you're doing, right? Not just taking random trades here and there. Patrick over here, nice work, Patrick. He started his 200K FTMO, locked in a total of 3,888 for the day. Great work, Patrick. Dell over here, up 591 off this account. Nice work, Dell. Kenny over here, I think we looked at that already. Kenny locked in 1,900. Tiana over here, we looked at that as well, 2,600. Kenny again, 1,934. And Kevin over here, Kevin said, just trading using your analysis. You're the man, Sean. Definitely, Kevin. So Kevin over here is just trading based off my analysis, right? So like a lot of the times you guys can take these speculative trades and just catch them for like these little pushes. Like if you guys know the bounce is going to happen, like for example, right here, if you guys knew price was going to bounce off news price, you could have caught a little push right there. Or opening price as well. All these bounces here, it looks like Kevin pretty much caught almost every bounce. He looks like he went in these trades for a quick little push, but they did work out perfectly for him. He's up a total of 11,135 for the day. So great work, Kevin. And that will come with time, guys. If you guys are new and you guys don't know how to take trades off my analysis, it's cool. The more and more that you guys sit in on these live sessions, the more that you'll understand my terminology and the lingo that I use when I explain where these bounces happen, right? Because there is ways to make money off this. Like, for example, I see people will take trades when price bounces off these lines that I draw on the chart. Like, for example, right here, price came down. I know some people who just set like buy limits here, right? Because they know price is going to bounce off it. So price comes down, they go for like 100 pips. If you do that 3 or 4 times, that's like 400 pips right there. Same with these over here, right? Price comes up, hits this point. I see people who just put sell limits right here, and they just go for a quick 100 pips, right? In and out. So there's like 2 or 3 times they could have bounced into that trade. That's not something that you guys should be doing unless you guys know what you're doing. But if you guys are familiar with what I'm talking about, then yeah, that's a quick way to make a quick buck, especially because price tends to bounce off these very often. So other than that, let's see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Dell over here, he locked in a bit more profit. He's now currently up 1,061. Nice work, Dell. And he's doing exactly what I just said. See these buys right here that he's taking? They're bouncing right off the news price right here. Price will come down, bounce, he catches it for a small profit. There's a couple confluences that you can use there. For example, right here, we have a buy signal. So momentum is still pushing up. So when price comes down, bounce, quick buy, quick buy, quick buy, out of it. Patrick over here as well. Patrick's currently up 5,567. Nice work, Patrick. All right, cool. So it's just, it's just a matter of kind of knowing what you're doing, guys. Overall, I wouldn't have taken any buys there. Your price is coming back down. So this is what I personally would do. As price comes down below, when price pushes back up, I would maybe take some speculative sells. Not necessarily right here, but if price does come below, comes back for the retest, enter like a little sell right there. Not that I'm going to do it right now because I don't want to give you guys these risky trades, but if I'm looking to take risky trades and I'm going for a quick profit here and there, that's something that I would probably do. But only do it if you guys know what you're doing. And here we go, as price comes back down. Overall bias was a sell. And here we go, as price starts to correct right back down to where we were anticipating. This is why I don't really look for trades against the sentiment, because I do know price is going to come back down. Again, right here, it's 56% long. So we're definitely looking for sells. Looking at the fundamentals, they're currently down about 218 points. Looking at the heat map over here, I'll refresh it again. It is all red. So just like we said, guys, it's going to come right back down. And what do you know? It came right back down. So there's no surprise here, guys. My analysis here, my breakdown of everything, it all makes sense. Like if you guys tie everything that I'm explaining to you guys, like even though price is pushing up right here, I'm not going to get caught in this trap because I know the overall bias is a sell. I know a lot of people will take these buys here. Some people will get lucky. Some people will not if they get caught, at the high. But when price does come back down, this is what I'm looking for, because I always trade with the bias. That's why if you look at every strategy that we use here, like what's the first requirement, right? Or second requirement, confirm bias. That's always going to be one of the main things to look for. If you're trading a variation, what are you going to look for here? Variation 1, first requirement, confirm overall bias. You always want to look at bias. If you guys don't have a bias, you're just gambling at that point because you really don't have a direction and you're kind of just taking a trade and praying it goes in your way. But for me, we know which direction it's going because we already confirmed what the bias was. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Scroll down a little bit. Tony, I just saw your message. But yeah, no, if anyone can help Stanley, just help him right now if you guys can, because I know he's having issues with his DOM. If anyone could help him, that'd be great. I just don't want to be taking up too much of the trading time right here because we're only on here for a short time, so I don't want to take away from our analysis to go over questions like MC4 and stuff like that. But if anything, I'll go over it later, Stanley, with you if you're on the mentoring session later. I just can't go over it right now specifically. Other than that, Vincent, can someone link the heat map? Yeah, I'll put the heat map right here. I don't know if you guys have it yet, but I'll just post it in there real quick. Here is the heat map. I don't know if anyone uses this heat map themselves, like before we started using it. I know they have a premium option. So if you guys have used the premium option, if you want to send me a DM, because I don't mind paying for this. Like if it's going to help us, I'll pay for the premium. I don't care how much it costs because it's been really useful to us in identifying what the overall bias is. I mean, we already have our fundamentals here and we have our retail sentiment, but this heat map kind of gives you like that extra push, right? So if we see it all red, then I'm like, all right, I'm for sure looking for sells. And here you can see prices now coming back down below. So if anyone has used the premium option here, I'll probably just buy it just to see how it works and if there's anything that's really beneficial for us. Because I don't mind spending as much money as I need to make more money because I'm here to win. So if I can find something that's going to give us an even higher edge that we already have in the market and almost guarantee all of our trades, then I'm all for it. So if anybody has any experience using the premium option, just reach out to me. If not, I'll just pay for it myself and I'll see how it works. I'm here to make money. I know you guys are here to make money. So if I'm making money, it looks like you guys are making money too, because we're all taking about the same trades. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. But as you can see, hopefully you guys didn't get caught in this little fake out right here, because we were looking for sells this whole time and price just came right back below to where it was earlier. Let me go back to the 10-minute. And there's no V3 here. So unfortunately, no V3. Damn, there's a snipe right here. I totally missed it. This green candle right here was another snipe, but it was a risky one. So this is not going to be a V3, Matthew. There's a reason why it's not a V3 is because there's no pending sell signal, but it was a snipe. So I don't know if you guys noticed that there was a structure right here. So this right here, this wick rejected off this pivot, it rejected off this structure, and it was actually another snipe right there. Yeah. This market's crazy today, guys. I don't know if I might probably sit out the rest of the day because there's just a lot of back and forth movement. There's no clear direction. Like if you go over here to the clean chart, there just isn't any direction, right? It just keeps going back and forth. Price will go up, price will come back down. There's no continued push to the upside or continued push to the downside. It's just a back and forth pretty much all throughout the session so far. So yeah, I don't see anything right here. If I do see something, I'll let you guys know, but it's right back at the London high right here. So again, area that I don't trade at because you can get a fake out, swing right back to the upside, or it can continue pushing down. Who knows? One or the other. Nice, Janae. Actually, looks like a lot of you guys actually took the V3 here off the 5. I didn't even see that V3, but there was a V3 right here, as you guys can see. If you guys are not familiar with the V3, V3 is right there. We had the high right here with the green candle. It was followed by an opposite red candle, pending sell signal, straight to full TP right there. So great work, guys. To whoever caught, I didn't catch it, but I mean, there's a lot of red flags here. Even if I was to take that right there, going back to the 1 minute, the news price, opening price, sessions, etc., right below there. But as you guys can see, if you guys follow the bias, look where price is going. It's going right down to the low over here. So if you guys were patient enough and waited for this drop to happen, which it looks like a lot of you guys were, you guys would have caught this 5 minute V3 here. Obviously, it's not going to count as an official trade because it's not an official trade. I didn't take it. The only trades that we count here are the ones that I take with you guys on the live. But there were a couple entries here. There was another V3 right here off the 3 minute. So a V3 right there, hit full TP. The V3 off the 5, obviously full TP. The snipe right here. There was actually a lot of entries that came up right here. They're just risky entries because they were cutting through basically the news price, opening price, news price, London high. There's just a lot of areas here where even if I saw those entries, I wouldn't have taken them because there was an anticipation of like price bouncing off those points. So the entries started up here, but I personally wouldn't have taken any of them because I wanted to be safe. Let me scroll up real quick. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. All right, just want to make sure. Let's see. All right, I'm just going down the chat, guys. Just put all the argument aside. I mean, I'm ignoring the. I'm just ignoring all the side convos. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything right here. B said, just curious, is that news price you have marked about 5:30? Yes, B. So if you go over here to Forex Factory, you can see all the news that came out this morning. So there was news here at 5:30. It was medium news, news at 6, and then news at 7. So those are the news prices that I have marked up here. This is 536, and then the one right here at 7. Yeah, price is dumping, but there's no entries for me to take right now. It sucks. Price is coming down pretty heavy. I totally missed that trade right there. That would have been a good one. This V3 right here is good too. But I'm glad to see that price is now dropping below the it's dropping below the sessions right here. So price is actually in an area that I'm okay with trading at. So there's no, the next sessions is like way down here. London lows way down here. So what I'm looking for now at this point is I'm looking for some sort of retracement, right? I'm looking for price to retrace up, create maybe a V3 or something like that. And then I'll catch it as it drops back low. Or if we have something like a high-low entry, pivot scalp, anything really that will be in our direction, then yeah, I'll be looking for an entry there. It looks like we might be setting up for some sort of high-low entry if price does push up a little bit from here. Other than that, let me scroll down a little bit. Yeah, no, smart move, Tody. Tody said, I'm staying in the sideline at the moment. It's too choppy. Yeah, no, same here. I haven't taken any trades today, guys. So, you know, even though I'm not making any profits like a lot of you guys here, I see a lot of you guys locking in some solid profits right here. Matthew over here as well. He fell for the triple confluence, locked in a total of, well, he still made it right back on the next trade. So it's still a good move right there, Matthew. Locked in a total of 1,312 for the day. So great work, Matthew, off that. There's a nice recovery off that following trade. Over here, let's see, Barack over here locked in a total of 360. It's a nice little profit, enough for the day. This is enough for you to, so you don't, I think you're still trying to get past your days, right, Barack? So if you're just passing your days, you don't have to make any profit. You just need to open, close a trade. Just like open and close it right away. Kevin over here, nice work, Kevin. He's currently up 12,665 for the day. So great work right there, Kevin. Looks like you took one of the sells here that came up. You came up pretty big, 1,533 off that trade about 15 minutes ago. So great work right there, Kevin. Keep it up. Yeah, no, definitely. Kevin said rose price all the way back down from that takeout. Hit my full TP for 1,500. Now I'm up 12K for the day. Listen to Sean. His analysis is spot on. He really knows what he's doing. Typos, rode, and fake out. Yeah, no, definitely. So he rode the price all the way back down from this fake out right here. He rode it up here and he just rode it right back down. So great work, Kevin. So if you guys know how to use my analysis to your advantage, you guys can see, it makes a huge difference with your ability to really catch these big moves here. So overall, we were looking for a sell. Kevin took that to his advantage because we were looking here, like the main thing we look for is a bias. Retail sentiment is currently 57% long. Looking over here at the fundamentals, it's currently down 363 points. Looking at the heat map, this is all red. So if it's all red like this, there's really no reason for you guys to look for any buys, even if price is faking out to the upside. I can see right here that Walmart is currently up. It's not up more than a point yet. Procter & Gamble, not even a point. United Health, not even a point. All these stocks here that are kind of green, they're not even up like 1 point. If you go over here to the actual stock index, they're going to turn red. Like if I refresh this in a few seconds, these are all just going to turn back to red. Not yet, but it's going to. You can see right here, it's not updating. So this is one reason why I'm thinking about paying for the premium, because I think you get real-time data. But we don't really need it because we have CNBC right here. You just update this. And you can see here that the only stocks that are green are Dow Inc., Walgreens, and Home Depot. Everything else here is red. It's just lagging a bit with the loading. So if we load it again, I'll just come back later. I don't think these things have updated because realistically, the real-time data here shows Walmart is red right now down here. The heat map will update. It's just, that's why I don't use it as my main confluence. It's just one of the extra ones that we use at the end. So we have a The problem with this entry right here is I know this is setting it for a V3. The only problem is that there's no pending sell signal, right? So if you look at any of the variations, I know this would probably be a V3 or a V2. The fourth requirement here is that we need a pending momentum in that direction. Right here, we don't have that pending momentum. So even though it does look like it would be a good V3 to possibly take, it's not going to be a V3. And again, right there, it's not going to be a V3 anyways, because it might not even close as a red candle. Yeah. So unfortunately, no V3 right there. There's no pending sell signal, so I can't take that. I was hoping it would push up more. So I wanted to push up quite a bit more for it to have a, signal, basically a pullback retracement signal to the opposite direction, so that when it does come back down, we can ride that back in our direction. But currently right now, there's nothing for us to take at the moment. Let me scroll down real quick. I'm just going to keep going over to Stanley. I don't think anyone has any issue with you, bro. It's just that everyone kind of feels like you're kind of disturbing, the trading analysis. So I'm just reading the chat, guys, and I'm going over everything. Guys, nobody has any issues with anybody here. It's just, I think you were kind of cutting into our analysis here of the charts. So people just got kind of upset, right? Because people are here to make money. So everyone wants us to focus on just trading during these live sessions. The mentoring sessions for the questions. The live sessions is mainly for trading. So just keep that in mind. I don't think anyone here is really has anything against you, Stanley. It's just they don't want you to interfere with our analysis on the live. So let me scroll down a little bit, make sure there's anything else here. Rami said, "Hey Sean, this pending 10-minute V3 coming or mean momentum signal." So guys, I get this question a lot. The momentum signal is required for all of the entries. So it doesn't matter if you're trading on 10-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute, 1 second, whatever you guys want to trade on. The requirements don't change, right? The pending momentum is always going to be there. This is the V3. Here is the V2, pending momentum, and here's the V1. It doesn't change, right? It doesn't matter what time frame you guys are trading on. The strategies are always going to require that you have a pending momentum. So just FYI, if you guys are wondering. I know a lot of people ask that question about the pending momentum, but yes, they do always apply. There's a V3 that's coming up right here, possibly the V1 on the 1 minute. So you want it to be at least 300 pips. I think it might be too small, so there might not be an entry off this. Yeah, doesn't look like it. I'll keep watching it, but I don't think there's there's no entry. It broke a new high. So no V3 off that. Price is now bouncing, or it's getting to the London high right here. One of two things will happen. Price will either bounce off it, or it'll break above and continue pushing up higher. My guess is that price will either bounce off it, or it might fake out, push up a little bit, and then come back down. Because that's kind of what's been happening throughout the entire session, right? If you guys look at the market here, there's been a ton of fake outs where price will close above and then it'll just come right back down. There he goes. Price comes right back down. It's the same pattern, just keeps repeating itself. That's one thing that you guys can look out for. If you see a lot of fake outs earlier in the session, like for example, over here, fake out, fake out, fake out, and there's a lot of fake outs here. If you guys ever see any of these fake outs, you can possibly assume that the next time it happens again, it's probably gonna be another fake out. So price came above here, faked out, then it came down. One thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that this fake out can go both ways. It doesn't necessarily need to fake out and then come right back down. It can come up, fake out, and then fake out again right here. You guys can see the huge wick, and then it can actually push up higher. So again, another reason why I don't trade where the sessions are. So right here, this is a no-go area. Let me scroll down a little bit and see what else I'm looking at. Nice. Looks like a lot of you guys here did lock in some profits off those V3s that came up earlier. So looking over here, Patrick locked in some more profit. Yeah, Patrick locked in all wins today. Let them all run straight to TP. Not really TP, but basically CP. He closed them out a little earlier. Locked in a total of 7,110. Nice work, Patrick. Other than that, let's see. Deswell is asking what time is mentoring session. 2 p.m. Pacific today. Send a link of the heat map. Is there anything else here that I'm missing? Charles over here said started with an L but came back. So he started with a little loss right there, but he bounced right back. Total profit of 541 for the day. Nice work, Charles. His second account over here, same thing. He had a little loss there, bounced right back, locked in a total of 752 for the day. Great work, Charles. All right. Steven over here. Wow, so Steven did hit his goal. Man, Steven is like the one-hit wonder, right? Steven will come on for the breakout, and this guy locked in 1,000 again today. I didn't even realize he took the breakout, but he took it. He locked in his 1,000. He called it a day. He said if it was okay that he entered today since he exited the trade early. Yeah, that was a smart move today. So Steven's on a hot streak. I don't know if you guys have been following Steven. Today he locked in 1,085. The day before that, he locked in 1,395. The day before that. So Steven said, he just signed up for FTMO. He's like, it's taking like a Scantron. He has 5 minutes to fill out as many answers as he wants, aka the breakout, and then he has to put it away. So that's what he does. He's taking the breakout. He locked in 1,300 yesterday. The day before that, he's comparing like trading the breakouts to taking the SAT. He took another 1,035 the day before that. The day before that, another 1,200. So every day, Steven's been locking in at least $1,000. I mean, you guys do the math. It's pretty amazing. Like $1,000 a day for 5 trading days a week for 4 months in the year, with 12 months in 1 year. Sorry, 5 days in a week, 4 weeks in a month, 12 months in a year. Total profit of 240,000 if he does this every single day. And he's probably going to get higher than that because sometimes he'll get more than 1,000. So keep it up, Steven. I know you're not in here right now, but big shout out to you because I mean, you've been on a hot streak. I haven't seen you lose a trade in over a month now. So you've been doing amazing. So Steven should be proof. Steven is like living proof that like anybody could get this. He even was saying that he was thinking like kindergartens can do this. So I'm like, yeah, bro. I mean, if you could do it, kindergartens can do it as well. So scrolling down, let me see. There's no entries here, guys. So not that I'm ignoring the chart, but you guys can see here that it played out exactly how we anticipated, right? Pushed up, faked out, came right back down. I know there's ways to catch this, but I'm not going to teach you guys how to do that because it's just too risky. I mean, whenever you do this, you have a 50% chance, right? Prices at this point, biases for a sell. So obviously you would take the sell. Maybe you have a higher than 50% chance, maybe like a 60 or 70% chance that it go in your direction. But still, you want to have a very high percentage that price will go in your direction. Like you want to have like a 90% probability that price will actually go in your direction. So right here, price came up, faked out, came right back down. I know some people probably caught this right here. It's about 1,000 pip move almost. So let me scroll down a little bit again, see what I'm looking for. Oh, gotcha, B. I just saw your message. Nice, Jennifer. Jennifer said I'm done for the day. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, Sean. Definitely, Jennifer. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, Nick. I just I'm scrolling down the chat. There's just a lot of stuff that happened today in the chat over here. The analysis is on point. So yeah, Stanley, there was no V3 here because the requirements didn't meet. So Stanley, if you want to see the explanation of the V3, just go over to the most recent mentoring session. I'll go over it today too. Everyone wants me to go over the variations again. So I will be going over the variations today during the mentoring session, but there was no V3 here because In order to catch it, you need to have a high with a green candle. There was no high here with a green candle. There was one that was pending over here, but it didn't actually close. So there's no V3 off of, you know, this high right here because it's a red candle. It needs to be a green one in order for it to be a V3. So yeah, Gallo said, Steven stuck to it too, never gave up. Yeah, definitely. All right, JJ, see you tomorrow. Matthew said, Steven's my hero. I made it back from negative 10K to 2K passing phase 2, thanks to trading like him, right? I mean, yeah, if you guys have issues with trading, like if you guys have issues with consistency, you can do what Steven does. All he does is take the breakout. He doesn't even take the full move. He'll take it to half TP sometimes. He just wants to reach his goal of 1,000 a day. So, I mean, if you guys can do that, you guys can see like he hasn't lost a trade for the entire month of April. That's pretty, it's pretty amazing, right? Because he's up maybe like 20K or so. And that's just one trade a day. Imagine if you, so when Steven starts to get better, he's going to increase his lot size. He's only taking a 5 lot. Imagine if he was taking a 10 lot, he would be making 2,000 a day. You know, if he's making, and then if he stacks his accounts, that's like for me, I have 5 accounts, right? So if you make 2,000 a day times 5, 5 accounts, that's like 10,000 a day, you know, times 5 days in the week, it's 50K a month, a week, 4 months in a year. It's like 200K a month times 12. That's a lot. It's almost 2 mil. You know, just thinking of the possibilities, it's crazy. Just taking one trade, which is the breakout, because it's pretty simple. It's really hard to get wrong. I mean, if Steven got it, not to talk bad about Steven, but I think anybody could get it. And Steven understands. He knows that's the reason why he chose that strategy, because it's so simple. You don't really have to think, you just take it. All right, so I drew the areas of liquidity right here. You guys can see the high low. Price is now in a range. It's not really doing much right here. All right, so this might be a V3 right here if this closes. Candle's kind of big though, so it's going to be a bit of a risky move to take if, damn man, that's a super risky move right here. This candle is too big, so I don't know if I would take it. The problem with these big candles, if you guys sat in on the last mentoring session, I mentioned that whenever we get a big candle like this, price tends to retrace up a little bit at the very least, right? So this here is a V3. I do think it's a bit risky because what tends to happen is price may retrace up slightly. The problem here too is that it's bouncing off the liquidity right there. So as you can see, price is pulling back up. What tends to happen when you have a big candle like this is that price will retrace up either halfway or the full candle before coming back down. This is why I wouldn't take an entry like this. If you ever see an entry and you see a huge candle like this, I never enter it right away. What I'll do sometimes is I'll set like a sell stop right here, and then I'll catch it as it drops lower, and it goes back into profit. So you can see the analysis here played out perfectly. Price came up, retraced a little bit before it came right back down. So whenever I see a big candle like that, I never enter right away. Even at this point, I still wouldn't have entered the trade because price is still retracing up slightly. Actually, sorry, I take that back, guys. This right here is not an entry because there's a sell signal right there. If you go over here to the requirements, sorry guys, I was going so deep into that explanation that I didn't even realize that there was a sell signal right there. So as you can see right here, it says no signal allowed on the second candle. No signal on the second candle is allowed. So for this entry right here, since this is the V3, we have the high with the green candle and then it's followed by a red candle. There's actually a sell signal right here. The reason why this isn't allowed is because it won't fit the requirement here for number 4, right? It needs a pending momentum in the direction. If there's a sell signal there already, then there's going to be no pending because it's already there. So unfortunately, this is not a V3, but I mean, it looks like it would have been kind of nice if it played out, which it might play out because it's in the direction of the bias. But yeah, my bad, guys. I don't know if that came up late. That's that sell signal. I didn't even notice it. I think I was just ignoring it. Yeah, no, it was there. I just didn't. I wasn't paying attention to it. So there was a sell signal right there. Unfortunately, no entry off the V3. Damn, look at that thing hit full TP too. See, the sell bias works wonders, guys. If you guys can follow the sell bias, it makes a whole lot of a difference when you guys are looking for entries here. Because the thing is, I'm not looking for any bias here. I'm only looking for sells. And if I took any sell here that came up with any of these entries, they all would have hit full TP. That's why I have such a high win rate. There you go, full TP off that. Even though it's not an actual V3, it still hit full TP right there. And the sell bias is really taking its toll. All right, let me see what else I'm missing over here. Let's see. Eunice over here said he took his profit. Nice. So Eunice over here locked in a total of 128 for the day. Nice work, Eunice. And then his second account over here locked in a total of 132. Great. Great work, Eunice. So well over 300 bucks across all of his accounts. Milazan over here, he took the breakout as well, locked in a total of 1,335. Great work, Milazan, off that account. And then his second account over here locked in 1,280. Nice, nice. Great work, Milazan. Valentine over here locked in a total of 3,370. So great work right there. He took the breakout as well this morning. Took it both ways. Nice work, Valentine. Other than that, I think that's about it right now. So I'm not sure. All right. Other than that, let's see more profits over here. We got Patrick over here, his second account. Damn, Patrick, you're killing it, bro. Patrick locked in 7,110 right here. And then his second account locked in, or he just took another trade off it, locked in 9,920. All wins, no losses. Oh, he took the sell right there. Nice. So he actually took the sell right there, and he locked in a full profit of, he let it hit TP, 2,817. Great work, Patrick. Brock over here locked in a total of 11,682. Nice work, Brock. Yeah, Brock's actually waiting for his funded account, so he's just playing with his demo right now until his funded account comes. He's still locked in 11K. So when you get back to your, your funded account, you'll be ready to hit the ground running. JJ over here locked in a total of 7,511. Nice work, JJ. JJ again over here, his other account locked in 1,057. Nice work, JJ. And then his third account right here locked in a total of 7,511. And JJ is pretty crazy. JJ over here he'll be running his trades while driving his truck. So if you guys see an 18-wheeler kind of swerving on the street, you might want to be careful. It's probably JJ driving. Let's see, we got Stanley over here. Nice, Stanley. So it looks like you got it fixed, your DOM. So thanks to whoever helped Stanley, or if Stanley, if you just helped yourself, great work. But you locked in a total profit of 950 for the day. So great work, Stanley. Glad you got that all figured out. Or hopefully you got it figured out. Patrick over here, he said profit goal smash today. Gonna get him tomorrow, definitely. So Patrick is actually up 11,047 for the day. Yeah, crazy work, guys. And this isn't a premium trade talk, guys. So if you guys want to see everyone's profits, that's sharing them publicly, they're all right here in the premium group. So these are all different members in K2 locking in some pretty solid profits. I personally haven't taken anything today. I'm not upset about it though. I'm okay. I'm glad to see that you guys are still profiting off my analysis. That's really what matters here, right? I know I'll make it back tomorrow, so I'm not really in a rush to take any trades. If I see something good, then great, I'll take it. But I just haven't seen anything good today. This whole morning was kind of crappy because we were all around these news prices over here, opening price, news price, sessions. So I couldn't really take anything around any of these areas. I mean, technically I could have taken trades, but me being the conservative trader, I don't want to risk it. And I don't want to give you guys any bad trades. So I didn't take anything myself. So it's all good. I mean, I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here still profiting. There's going to be a big profit post again today for all of you guys. Even though I don't have anything for myself, I'm glad to see you guys here still keeping it pushing. So we got Patrick over here, 11,000. I already copied that over. We got Tiana over here. She passed her phase 1. Big congrats to Tiana over here. Another K2 member just passed their FTMO. And we have, it seems like every day we have at least 1 or 2 people passing their FTMOs or getting funded. I mean, you guys saw mine yesterday. I think I got the, did I get? Yeah, you know the thing, like I haven't gotten one of these in a long time. So when I got this, I was like, oh, cool. Because I haven't done any challenges in a long time. I've been funded for a while, but this is what you get from True Forex funds when you pass your challenge and you get funded. So I'm getting my funded account hopefully today or tomorrow. Then I'll start trading on this account. I'll have 5 accounts now. So it's pretty cool seeing this. Because when I first started doing FTMO, they didn't really give stuff like this. I mean, they gave like a really basic one, but I haven't gotten one in a long time because I haven't done challenges, but pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and do another TFF probably once I get my first payout. I'm going to get my first payout, then I'll do another funded account. Then I'll have 6 funded accounts. And then I'm going to max on my MFF. So I'll do another 200K MFF as well. It's a matter of time. Just got to keep stacking up these funded accounts. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Wesley over here as well. Wesley locked in a total of 538. Nice work, Wesley. All right, guys, solid. So see if there's anything else over here for me to look at. There's no V3 right here, guys. We need a pending sell signal. So there's no V3 off the 1 minute, unfortunately. Nothing off the 3, nothing off the 5, and definitely nothing off the 10. It's just a wacky day of trading today. I mean, overall, it's, market wasn't like super directional like how it's been the past couple of days, but it started to move directional after the choppiness at the beginning. So a lot of choppiness right here. You can see it better on the clean chart. A lot of choppiness around this area. But then once price finally broke below the open again right here, you know, it went in its direction that it's supposed to go because we did have a sell bias pretty much this entire day. Let me scroll down a little bit, see if I'm missing anything else. Angela said, I definitely want to be like Steven when I grow up. Let me scroll down real quick, make sure that I'm missing anything. All right, Rami. Yeah, Rami said he's going to jump off, took 100 pips home with me in the breakout. Trap Tuesdays waiting for him to FOMO. Thanks, Sean. See you later. Definitely, Rami. We'll see you tomorrow. Rick said, thanks for that 2K drawdown, Sean. I know, did you make it back in a profit though? Sure you did, because it went right back to full TP. Hopefully you did. Yeah, Kodi said there was a pivot scalp here as well. Yeah, pivots. This would have been a pivot scalp entry as well. But your stop loss would have been. So here's the thing, guys. If you guys see like a pivot scalp entry, like what Kodi said, and this is where I got to make a few edits with the TP requirement. So typically, if you guys are not familiar with the pivot scalp strategy, you're supposed to put your stop loss at the previous swing. So your stop loss would actually be up here. So if you were to set it like that, you would have been perfectly fine. If you went for the smaller move for like 100 pips, then yeah, you know, you wouldn't have reached your TP before the stop loss was hit. That's why I'm very selective whenever I apply the specific strategy, because the strategy is good, but it's risky sometimes because you get the big candle. One thing that you always want to keep in mind and have to remind people is the candle size, right? If you have a big candle like that on open, you don't want to enter right away. You want to wait for it to pull back and then enter late, because this is what typically happens. You get a big candle, price will come and retrace either to the halfway mark. There's 2 different areas price can retrace to, either halfway or the full candle, right? Full candle is 50 pips, halfway is 25. So I wait for it to retrace that way. And then when it comes back down, I have a sell stop waiting to enter. And then you could have entered the short right here and just caught the quick 100 pips on its way back down. So different ways to apply it. I mean, you know, this is all mastery stuff. Once you get the basics down, you can go into mastery stuff and look at the more intricate things to identify when you guys are looking to take entries, because there's always ways to improve. And I have a lot of different tricks that I do, or things that I know how to identify with these patterns that just come up almost every time. Scroll down a little bit, see what else I'm missing. Yeah, no, exactly. And Tody just confirmed exactly what I just said. So he said, and it's too big of a candle for the pivot scalp. At least I don't take such big candles. Same here. Yeah, no, Wesley too. He said, fair point. I didn't take it for the same reason. Smart. So you guys are catching on. I try to explain the same thing to you guys every single day. And you guys are starting to catch on. Nice. B said, I took the sell on the halfway retracement, then heard the entry was invalid. So I got out with 500 points. Wish I would have held it. Yeah, I know it would have been a huge profit if it dropped further. B, you would have made 1,000 off that. Gallo said, really soon, Sean's going to have every member with 2 funded accounts. I mean, that's the goal, guys. You know, the goal here is to get everybody funded and to have everybody consistently profitable. Even though it doesn't necessarily benefit me because I'm not getting profits from your account, you know, it's just me giving back, because trading could open up a lot of opportunities for you guys, especially if you guys are consistent. Yeah, no, definitely. Tony said, Sean, many become very good traders, maybe even some better than the teacher from time to time. You must be proud of yourself. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. And that's the goal here, right? I'm here to teach you guys, make sure that you guys, I mean, you guys have been doing better than me. Like, there's a couple people here who do a lot better than me, actually, like Patrick here, right? Patrick will make like have an 11K day. This is probably like all my accounts combined. You know, given he probably does take more risk, but it all makes sense, right? So I'm glad that you guys here are, a lot of you guys here actually do better than me. Like JJ here, he made 7K. I usually don't make those kind of profits daily. I mean, everyone here does pretty solid. The real thing here is just that everyone does well. So we got Kim over here. Also, Kim passed her challenge. Another K2 member here just passed their FTMO. So big congrats to Kim. I know this has been a long journey for you. Probably a lot of retries on your account, but you did pretty solid. Your drawdown was not bad at all. You actually did really good with your drawdown. You hit your profit goal. It took 23 days, but you still passed. So big congrats here to another K2 member who just passed their challenge. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if everyone here gets funded at some point by the end of this year. You guys should have no problem, especially if you guys are following everything properly. Because the real thing is following directions, right? A lot of people are not good at following directions. If you guys can follow directions, you guys should have no problem passing your FTMO and getting funded, because I do teach you guys proper risk management every single time. So other than that, yeah, no, exactly. Professor said, Sean, I love when you post your daily, weekly profits in the premium groups. It shows the power of getting funded and then scaling with more accounts with profits. So instead of trying to take a lot of risky trades, just focus on solid trades, not losing, and scaling with more accounts where we can all live the dream of trading an hour and a half a day and enjoying the rest of our day. Yeah, no, definitely. That's what I do, guys. I trade with you guys from 6:30 to 8, and that's pretty much it. Hang out all day. Or actually, I don't hang out all day because I'm recording the new video. So I've been busy actually for this whole month recording the new K2 videos. Vince said possible V3 at 750. So go back real quick. It's at 750. Yeah, actually, no. Well, let me check real quick. So this was a possible V3. Let me see. The thing with this is that the stop loss was kind of tight, so I don't know if I would have taken it myself personally, but yeah, I mean, technically it was a possible V3. It was just a really, really risky possible V3. Also, this candle here is kind of big. So it's the same situation that happened over here with this big candle. This candle here was kind of large. Because it was like, it's like 300 pips. So, I mean, yeah, if all in all, yes, this would have been a possible V3 entry. I don't know if it was one that I would take because the stop loss is kind of like, here's the thing. If this candle is like 300 pips, the stop loss is like another few pips, like 1 pip over, right? So if it needs to retrace to the halfway mark or even to the full candle, you're like really close to your stop loss. So again, like I was talking before, guys, there's different ways for you guys to identify where it might be a bit of a risky move, like when the candle's really big. Oh, if you just look back at like pretty much whenever there's a big candle, like this right here. So like, see how there's a big candle right here? Price just retraces right back up, right? Same with this one right here, big candle, price retraces back up. Same right here, big candle, price retraces back up, right? So same with this one right here. I know it's not a huge candle, but it's a pretty big candle compared to like the other candles that have passed, and price pushes, right back up. So yeah, I personally, I mean, for me, I wouldn't have taken it, but I'm sure a lot of people probably would have seen this as a normal candle because it looks kind of similar to all these other ones, and probably would have taken it. But me personally, it's always going to be a personal decision whether you guys decide to take a specific trade or not. But for me, I probably wouldn't have taken that one. Professor's asking, would you consider a sell stop for a V3? Yeah, if it's a late entry, I would probably consider a sell stop. So like, yeah, for this right here, I would have put the sell stop. So going back to what I was just saying right here, I know there was a V3 right there. I wouldn't have entered it right away, but I would have had a sell stop, ready for when it did come back down. So I would have had a sell stop. So price would have pushed up right there, and then I would have set the sell stop right there. But then if it pushed past the stop loss over here, I would have just canceled my sell stop, and then I wouldn't have been waiting for it to fill again. And you guys have seen me do that before. Let's see. Fahad said, passed my challenge early yesterday, was on day 16, got my credentials for the verification half an hour later. Took a small win today, then passed my verification. Nice, Fahad. So we got another member here in K2 who is now funded. So we've had a lot of people here who got funded this week so far. So great work, guys, to everyone who got funded. Yeah, it looks solid. So yeah, big congrats to Fahad over here who just got funded. Yeah, Swelly said Sean's a beast, always goes above and beyond for us. No, definitely, guys. And that's my goal for you guys here. Vince is asking, what time is the mentoring session? Mentoring session is today at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Fahad said, I was down 8K on my challenge until I smarted up. Yeah, no, definitely. It comes together, at some point. But everyone gets it at a different point in time. Brock said, I'm good for the day. Thank you, Sean, for having us. Definitely, Brock. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Brock said, congratulations to all the K2s who have passed their funding. Big days ahead for all of you. Yeah, definitely. And you too, Brock. I mean, you got to celebrate yourself too. I know you just got funded this week, so you should be getting your funded account in the next week or so. So congrats to you as well. Gallo said, how many members do we have funded? I don't know personally, but I know there's a lot of people here because every week we have someone who passes and, the week after that, they pass their verification. So I think we do have a lot of members here who are now funded. The ones who follow directions are funded, that's for sure. Yeah, no, definitely Brock. So we'll see you. Yeah, Maddie said K2 is a real deal. Kevin said, what's up with all these doji candles? Yeah, there's a ton of doji candles right here. It looks like price was kind of indecisive and then it came right back down. Overall bias now is still a sell though, I think. So let me check real quick. So retail sentiment is currently 58% long. So we're definitely looking for sells here with regard to retail sentiment. Looking at fundamentals, they're currently 446 points in the red. So we're definitely looking for sells there. Heat map over here should be all red. Yep, it's all red. So there we go to bloody sea of US30. Everything here is red aside from chevron, which is going to turn red right now because it's not even green. It's like less than 1/10 of a point. So it's going to come right back down. Everything is red, literally. So hopefully people, I will, not hopefully, but I'm sure a lot of people, when they start to see this right here. So this is what happens. People get faked out when they see stuff like this, right? So people will see price kind of consolidate a bit. I could already see how some people are thinking, right? They think price came down, came up, came down for the little retest. And then I'm sure a lot of people probably entered some buys here and thought price was going to come up, but that wasn't going to fool us because we have our bias here, right? We looked at the bias. So there's no way I'd be looking for a buy right there. I definitely would be looking for a sell. And that's exactly what happened right here. Price came out and then it just came right back down. Now it's currently at the sessions right here. Again, I don't trade around the sessions. You know, at this point, price will do one of two things. It'll either bounce off it or it'll break through and drop further. Two different scenarios, but no guaranteed direction just yet. All right, so let me see if there's anything else here. So no V entry off any of these candles over here, Stanley. I think you need to like, so here, I'll leave the requirements. Well, depending on which, I think what you got to do, Stanley, is go to, sorry, I keep going back and forth. What you got to do is go to if you have free time after this, Stanley, then I think this would probably be your best option, right? Just go to the YouTube channel because I don't think you understand the variations because there's no variations on any of these right here, which is understandable. You don't understand the strategy yet. But to understand it, just go over here to the K2 YouTube channel, go to videos, go to this first green one right here. In the beginning, I covered almost every variation strategy. So if you go over here, I'm going to do this again today during the mentoring session. But if you want to go and you have some free time, just go over here, click on this green video here, the most recent one 6 days ago. And then this right here will go over pretty much all the variations because there's no variations right there. I just want to confirm that with you. So let me show you real quick. Yeah, how many ads do I have? They gave me like 3 ads right here. YouTube's really going hard at these ads. All right, anyways, what I was just saying right here is there's no variation off this one right here because it's the same reason why we discussed earlier. There can be a signal on the second candle because that wouldn't fit the fourth requirement here. There needs to be a pending momentum. This one right here, there'd be no V3 because the high needs to be a green candle. This right here would actually be a V3 for a buy. So, but one thing that it wouldn't fall under is the fact that it doesn't fit the bias, right? But if you were to ignore the bias, just say, for example, we were ignoring the bias, which some people do ignore the bias. This would be a V3 right here. Right? Because there's a low here with the red candle, it's followed by a green candle. There's the pending buy signal. Take that for a buy, you let it run. Full TP right there. Right? So I'm just showing you an example of like the V3. I'm going to go over this later during the mentoring session. So if you guys have more questions on this, I'll cover it there in detail. But I think other than that, that is about it. Rick said I don't follow instructions and I'm funded. Yeah, you got to be careful if you're trying to trade like Risky Rick. He's got a lot of funded accounts, but the consistency of the funded accounts are questionable. Peter said you need an ad blocker. Yeah, I know. When I got this new Mac, I didn't reinstall the new ad blocker, so I probably need to install it. Or I'll probably get YouTube Premium, like Alexander said. I was thinking about getting that, but I don't really watch TV, so I don't really need it, and I don't really watch YouTube at all either. So I could probably stomach the ads for every few videos I watch. All right, guys. So it's 8:05 right now. It's way past the our live session time. Unfortunately, I didn't take any personal trades myself. However, a lot of you guys here did lock in some pretty great profits overall. So if you guys have more profits, feel free to send them in and then I'll add them to the profit posting later today. Otherwise, I think this will be it for this session. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Just a reminder, we're having our mentoring session today at 2 p.m. So in about 6 hours, I'll be live again to answer whatever questions you guys have. I have a couple questions that already lined up. I think Alicia or Leah, sorry. Yeah, Alicia over here sent me some questions. So I got some questions from Alicia, and then I got some pretty good questions from Alexander as well. If you guys have, if you guys want to know the differences between the funding companies, FTMO, the ones that I'm using, FTMO, MFF, and TFF, Alexander asked a question regarding the differences and why I choose one over the other. So if you guys are free later today, mentoring session about 6 hours, just the link will be posted in the premium groups. But other than that, I will see you guys then. So if you guys have questions, reach out. Otherwise, we will see you guys for the mentoring session.